So please don't tell Hawaii or Joselina or Kyle or Mark or Angel what I just said about them. Cool. All right. So checking it out. We had these problems, and there were a few places where you were struggling. What's the hardest problem you guys have found so far? So 2 wasn't on the option. 31. We didn't do 6, 7 either, just for the record. But let's check it out. Okay, so I gave you like all of them. Do you want to do 30? Or I'm more concerned with the fractioning part. The word ones are going to be way easier than you think as long as you write it down. Let's try 30. Let's look at 30 together. So here's the deal. If you didn't do 30 on the homework just now, like that's okay. I mean, that's what I just gave you guys, right? Cool. Yep. So definitely did. But if you didn't do number 30 and you're not at number 30, whatever, just go to number 30. Let's do this one together. So checking this out. Number 30, it is a mess. We are trying to simplify down the following. Number 30 on the homework for free. Also, Chetty, don't tell her either, just for the record. How much money you got? I'll share my Venmo with you later. All right. So here we are. Let's see. Hook it up. What's the numerator? Z squared minus Z minus 12 over. And I'm going to switch colors just so it stands out a little more like we did yesterday. Over Z squared plus 8Z plus 12. Okay. So here we are. Now, looking at this, yuck, first of all. But maybe it's not really there. Like first impressions, whatever they happen. Any idea on the first little piece of starting this to make it look a lot less awful? Let's factor. Now, there's a ton of factoring that happens. Remember, everything is going to boil down to factoring, is what it's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. It's going to happen next year. I would argue that one of the more important ideas that we see in like high school algebra stuff is the ability to factor and break stuff down. So as we look at this, the nice thing about every single one of these is if we run through the factoring checklist, and let's just refresh. First thing we always check before, so you're jumping ahead. Before anything, GCF. There are no GCFs because they all have a 1, and 1 is a GCF, but it doesn't matter. Are any of these binomials? No, they're all what? And why would I care that they're all trinomials, specifically with these 4 in front of me? There could be a leading coefficient of what? What is literally every leading coefficient? 1, 1, 1, 1. So what? Holy shortcut. Now, to factor with these shortcuts, we're just going to rewrite everything completely factored, and then we'll see if anything nice happens before we keep kicking. So if I want to factor this top numerator, and I'm going to keep this one black, and I know that like the language gets kind of ugly here, but let's factor just the top piece. How do you factor? How do you even think about it if I want to use the shortcut? Why 3? Like, show me how these numbers, where they come from. Okay, so I'm going to write down what Seabass just said, in case anybody's like rusty on it. Normally I do it underneath, right? But I don't have space. 1 times negative 12. What's it give me? Dang it. It's obviously negative 12. I now need 2 factors of negative 12 that add up to what? Why negative 1, Sonny? You're right. The minus 1z in the middle, right? 2 numbers that multiply to negative 12 but add to negative 1. What are they? Negative 4 and 3. Cool. So how do I apply the shortcut now that I have those magic numbers? Bless you. Negative 4 and 3. How do I factor this? I'm going to use z, but I agree with you. Z minus 4 and z plus 3. Now, all of these are shortcut factorings, which is super handy. I'm going to go a little bit quicker. I think this is probably negative 5 and 3. So I'm just going to write this as a factored form. Z minus 5 and z plus 3. Okay, immediately I just heard, I think it was Michael or Sonny, somebody whispered something they saw, and the value of us factoring this all the way through. What did I hear here from one of you two? You both heard it. I don't care who said it first. Say it now. What cancels? And I hate that word, but what cancels? Why? So? Instead of cancel, what's the better word we can use? They won out. Now, crossing out is fine, but z plus 3 divided by z plus 3, it's 1, right? Okay, so I will cross them out now that I see that they're the same thing. Let's do the denominator. Factors of 12 that add to 8. So z plus 6 and z plus 2. And the bottommost piece, factors of negative 14 that add to negative 7. Try again. Negative 7 times 2 will do the trick. So negative 7, here's my z and a negative 7, and my z and a positive 2. Anything else really awesome and convenient happen? Oh my, z plus 2. Z plus 2 divided by z plus 2 is, shapa, they're gone. All right, so whatever dumb meme phrasing that you want to think of, I prefer the hollow-o personally. How do you divide a fraction by a fraction? You multiply by the reciprocal, right? You guys got hella cash. Let's use that idea, right? Something with this. I don't get it, but that's okay. All right. So when I go to my next line, then I know that my numerator is this lovely z minus 4 over z minus 5. And instead of dividing, because that's kind of messy, what am I multiplying by? Z minus 7. I'm just going to stick all the same color here. Not z7, z minus 7. Over z plus 6. Now, there's one little part where I would caution you right now. And I just want to kind of make sure that we always touch on this. Did I add any parentheses right here? There were parentheses here. Why did I maybe elect to not write them? Yeah, like I can see that they're standing alone. Even though I didn't write them, does grouping still apply to the top and bottom part of a fraction? Every time. If you would have to put parentheses around it in a calculator, which you would so that you would get it to be the right division, we can think about them. If it helps to include them, and realistically we should include them, I would encourage all the time. I will try to do better with that. But they are here, whether we write them or not. Is there anything common between the numerator and denominator any longer? So just a z. Let me be more specific. Is there anything that's standing alone in parentheses, its own factor, that's common in both the numerator and denominator? So do you see a z standing alone, meaning parentheses around just z? No. So I see that there's z's all over the place. But if I want the z minus 4 to fall out, there has to be a what in the denominator also? Has to be the whole piece that matches. So we can't just cross out little z's. Nothing else comes out then. So we get a decision to make. We can either keep it in this nice factored and broken down form, or we can distribute it all out and make that look like trinomial over trinomial. Which one would you rather do? Let's leave it. That's the right choice. I was expecting somebody to say, yeah, let's go ahead and FOIL it all out. The numerator has a z minus 4 and a z minus 7. The denominator has a z minus 5 and a z plus 6. Nothing else that we can do here. Now, just a throwback to an old lesson. Are we right? I guess you guys didn't check. I assume we're right. It feels right. What do you mean? So if your question is, like, I don't think I moved them around, could I? If they're backward, right? Multiplication is commutative. We're okay with that. Okay, we are correct, just for the record, which is a good sign. But here's a tougher question. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to turn and chat. I'm going to ask one question, call on one random person. We are not, just for the record, but if I wanted to graph this, does it have any vertical asymptotes? Does it have any horizontal asymptotes? And where are the roots? We'll go 60 seconds here instead. 60 seconds to find the things that we always do when we're graphing them. Vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes, and zeros. 60 seconds starting right now. Chat it out. I want to hear it. What? Weird. I want to hear you speak. We're going to run into this situation over and over. Does it have any vertical asymptotes? Yeah. No, you're good. Michaela, I said yes if you didn't hear me. Okay. You can go if you need to. Like, that's fine. But there are asymptotes. Try to hustle back so you can see it.